So for today's video I am going to be doing an exam revision kind of themed Q&A, as I've now finished sitting all my GCSE exams and a load of you started sending me questions throughout the whole kind of process and after it, so I thought I would just basically do it all in a Q&A. So I have the questions here which you guys have sent me on Instagram, so if you want to be involved next time in any of my Q&As, make sure to follow me over there. It's at floral.sophia. So I'm just going to basically go through and answer some of your questions. It's just going to be really chilled out, and yeah, we'll just see how many we have time to answer. The first one is, what is the hardest subject? I think a language is one of the hardest subjects. Like French for me was one of the hardest exams, especially the listening exam, because they just speak so quickly, and also sometimes they just say everything, like every single option they will say, and you've just got to figure out which one they're actually talking about. But I'd also say history is quite a hard subject because it is a load of content to learn. Like history is not a cool subject, but it might as well be because there is that much content. It's absolutely ridiculous. So either one of them, I guess, just because of like the skills required and things like that. You could start year 10 or 11 again, what would you do differently? I think in year 10 I probably would have, like towards the end of year 10, would have made better revision resources, as I kind of just made them all like 6 weeks before the year 10 mocks, and so they were kind of very rushed, and then when I got to year 11 I was still trying to use some of them, and then I had to remake a load of them. So I don't know, I would say that maybe just I would have taken more time with making my revision resources, and also I would have started making flashcards a lot earlier. So I used to just only make mind maps, and then I discovered flashcards and it was a game changer, honestly. So yeah, probably just get a little bit more organised on the revision resources front. What is your best and worst exam? I think my best exam was either Geography Paper 2, English Literature Paper 2. Yeah, I'm going to say either one of them. I think only because they were the two exams I came out feeling most confident from. I think my worst exam was History Paper 1, Crime and Punishment, because I just hated the paper. I hated the topics in the paper. I just hate Crime and Punishment basically. I'm so glad I don't have to ever do history again. And I think that was my worst exam. It was the first day back after half term, and also we had media that day and my focus was all on media. Like at that point I was like, forget the Crime and Punishment, media is like my priority here. So yeah, that exam though was just awful. I hated it so much. What was your daily routine during exams? So I didn't really have like such a routine. Like I would still go about my morning exactly the same, get up at the same time, because to be honest, if you don't know it the morning before your exam, or even like the night before, you're not really gonna know it, are you, like the next day? So yeah, I kind of just like got up, and then obviously, yeah, I guess I would just go to school, do my exams, 1, 2, whatever it was, and then when I'd come home, I would just do like the smallest bits of revision. I do like past paper questions and just run through my flashcards. It would never be like me trying to learn something new, because at that point it just wasn't gonna go in. So it was very much just like recall and like recapping over things that maybe I was quite weak on, so it was quite fresh in my mind, I guess. So the next question is, how do you stay calm and prevent getting stressed? First tip is to surround yourself with less stressful people. There are people out there who get very, very stressed before exams, which make you more stressed, and there's people that are quite calm and collected and all that kind of before an exam, and those are the people you want to surround yourself with. I think before an exam for me, I did try and want to stay calm because I perform a lot better when I'm less stressed, and so I would kind of just surround myself with those kind of people who are a little bit more chilled out. Also, you know, give yourself a little pep talk before you go in. Like I was walking down to that exam hall and in my head I'm going, it's gonna be okay, we're gonna do this, and like when it was like the last exam for a subject, I'd be like, you never have to do this again, it's gonna be fine, you know. So kind of just motivate yourself, I guess, and again just surround yourself with really calm people. Which GCSE subject will you miss the most next year? I think I will miss geography, only because it was a subject I really enjoyed. It was probably one of my best subjects, and also my class was really nice class. I really liked my class. I also think part of me will miss maths, only because I was in the same class for 3 years. We had 2 absolutely amazing teachers, and there wasn't ever a part of me who was like, I don't want to go to maths. Like, I always enjoyed maths, I guess. Like, the only thing I didn't enjoy was like bearings and shapes and stuff. There was like obviously an aspect that I didn't enjoy, but there was never a part of me that was like, I hate it so much, I don't want to ever do it again. So I think I will miss that. I'll miss the lessons definitely, and I'll miss the people in their lessons, because we've sat next to each other for 3 years, same teacher for 3 years. So yeah, those are the probably 2 I will miss the most. Probably should have addressed this first, but what GCSE subjects did you actually take? So I took maths, English, and combined science. If you didn't know, combined science is like the new one where you basically sit the same amount of exams, but you just get 2 grades instead of 3. So I did that. I did the trilogy higher, and then obviously did RE, or religious studies, whatever you want to call it, geography, history, media, and French. So yeah, I was much more of a very academic subject person rather than a very creative or arts subject person, like double humanities. Someone told me, oh no, it'll be fine. Well, what are you happy about dropping and what are you sad about not doing anymore? Well, I've kind of discussed the sad thing. I'm happy to drop French because it was just a subject I just didn't like. The language, it was fun to study, fair enough, but I just didn't like the exams for French, or for any language I guess. I just didn't like the exams at all. So yeah, and I'll also be happy to drop history because there was way too much content. We spent a whole year on one module. I just felt stressed all the time with history, so I could not wait to drop that and just never have to do that at all. So the next question is, what free time activities would you advise? Okay, so right now I can't actually do sport because I'm injured, but during my exams, like, free time for me was like sitting down in the evening to watch an episode of Friday Night Dinner or The In-Betweeners, or I quite liked watching like Educating the East End. Channel 4 at the moment is just being brilliant because they've got like all these box sets on there. Or I'd go on BBC because they have Gavin and Stacey. So just watching like episodes of TV shows that I absolutely love. And then also just watching YouTube. I really enjoyed watching other people's GCSE vlogs because it's nice to see other people in like the same situation. So I would do that. But yeah, really it was just like watching stuff, honestly. I'm so guilty of that, like in the evening, or EastEnders even. What's your best advice for year 11 starting in September? Right, my first piece of advice is to get organised. Get all your folders, all the books you're going to need for that year. Buy a hell load of paper. Like, I went through so much lined paper, so many flashcards, just like bulk buy basically at the beginning of the year. My second piece of advice is to remember it's not the end of the world. Like, these grades are not like gonna determine everything. They can't show who you are as a person. You know, my candidate number, not my story, kind of thing. So yeah, honestly, don't like over stress. And my third piece of advice is your hardcore revision probably doesn't need to start till like February time. So although you'll probably have mocks, we had mocks in December and then again in March, obviously you're doing revision for those, so chances are you'll probably remember a lot of it. I know that I remembered a lot of the revision I had done for December mocks already still in like April, May kind of time. So honestly, just don't freak out about it. That's probably the worst thing you could do. Next question is, what are you going to be doing at college or sixth form? I am studying English literature, media and sociology. Will you miss school? Right, so I had my last day, I don't know when you're going to see this, but I had my last day on the 15th of June. And surprisingly, I thought I'd be like in tears all the time, but no, I didn't actually cry, which I was very impressed with. And I obviously will miss it. I won't miss like certain aspects of the school, but I'll miss like my friends in there, because I think I said this in a vlog, I may be wrong, but out of the group of 10 of us, only 3 of us are definitely leaving. So yeah, it will obviously be quite sad just to leave like my group of friends, but there are aspects of my school that I just won't miss. Like, if you know me, you'll know how much I was going on about how excited I am to leave. So yeah, I think maybe that's not why I cried, but like there's teachers there who I will miss the lessons, but there's other people just I won't miss. So yeah, part of me is like sad, part of me is like excited for the next stage in my life. Was the exam experience different from what you imagined or the same? because we'd done 2 sets of mocks in year 11, it was quite different to those because we'd been in a different hall. So we have like a smaller hall and then obviously like the sports hall. And we were in the sports hall for the real exams, and the whole atmosphere in there was just different. I think that just made it seem much more real. Also, we were in there with all the A-level students and stuff, and it was quite different. Like, I thought that the invigilators would probably just kind of like sit there the whole time and then just wait, but no, they keep walking all the time. But I guess it's not like what you see on a TV show. Do you think GCSEs are that important, or if you fail, does it stop your future from being good? I think they are important in terms of getting onto the A-level subjects you want, or onto doing the BTECs or an apprenticeship or whatever it is that you're going on to do. But I think after that, once you're there, they're not as important, because people aren't going to look at those as much as they are going to look at that next level of qualification you've got. You've just got to remember there are loads of other options out there. Like, you don't necessarily have to go and do A-levels, or you can go and do like an apprenticeship. What would you say your best revision method was? I would say a mind map. I had a mind map basically for, I think I did mind maps for every single subject except French, media. I did like just the odd couple, and maths I didn't obviously do mind maps for, and English language I didn't. But like generally I did a mind map for all my subjects, and it would be like whether it was per topic, subtopic, whatever it was, I would do a mind map. And then I would also say flashcards are really, really good. Towards like, so I'd made a load of like flashcards, and then towards like the time of my exams I would then make more, but like question and answer ones rather than like definition and answer, or like just little pieces of information and stuff. So I found that flashcards are a really, really good method. And then so are mind maps, and I think right before, like maybe a week before your exam, it depends on how much time you have, because for me I'd finished making pretty much all my resources by end of April, and then I was like happy. But for some subjects I had finished way before then. So I would say do as many practice questions as you can. The last question is, did you make a revision timetable after Easter until the end of your exams? So I had a revision timetable after Easter up until the week before my exam started. And so what I had done, I think this was like 4 weeks. The first 2 weeks were full of every single subject kind of thing. And then the third week was more subjects that were very heavy on content, stuff that I needed to get through. And the last week, which was the week before my exam started, was only subjects I had before half term. In particular, it was the ones coming up for the next week. And then what I would do on the weekend is I would revise for the exams of that week. I really hope you have all enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a massive thumbs up. And if you have any more questions that I haven't answered in this video, then leave them in a comment down below and I will reply, as I try to reply to every single comment. If you're new around here, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more videos like this. I do a little bit of revision and study versus a little bit more lifestyle. So yeah, just let me know what other videos you guys really want to see, as I have all this free time now. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye!